Hello, I'm back. It's 6:02 p.m. in the evening. So, excuse me. Well, I I mean, like every day since being here, I've had like just a muffin and a little bit of apple juice. But um, like now, I really don't have money for food or I really don't have money for food or money for a hotel room. So the vending machine downstairs is kind of expensive, and all I had was enough for two tiny little bags of chips for $3, and now I just have 25 cents in the checking account and $1.45 in cash. And I try to seek, you know, help everywhere I could online. And, you know, I mean, like later last night, um, two people pitched in. Um, but if that didn't happen, then, you know, if that didn't happen, then I would have just had, you know, enough for maybe like 2 meals today and then have to suffer out on the streets, but nowhere to go. And it being so rainy outside, not just rain, but weather bad enough that they're telling you stay indoors. So, weather that's bad enough that they're warning to stay indoors. So, like, I would have had just like $30. I mean, a little bit over $30. But I combined the $30 with, a donation that somebody sent me $20 and then somebody sent me 25. And I mean, if it weren't for the hotel discount points that I earned, if I didn't have enough points, then I also would have had to be on the streets. But thankfully, I was able to use the points in order to get a discount, and I was able to use the points to get a discount, and excuse me, and that was just enough for like all that was just enough for a hotel room night. Um, you know, all that was just enough for a hotel room night, but with 25 cents left over. The ones who donated, thanks so much for helping. Um, so yeah, I wish that a lot of us targets and other people suffering weren't going through what we're going through. Um, and we live in very evil and backwards times. Where somebody you know, somebody who would put up a GoFundMe for their dog to have a parade, that gets more help than, you know, a terminally ill 2-year-old. It's like all the GoFundMe or whatever fundraiser gets like viral for stuff that's frivolous or unnecessary, you know. I think those are gang stalkers blasting loud music outside. I got my earbuds in and I could hear it. And they did it a couple of times earlier too. Definitely. Can y'all hear that? That's noise harassment. And you just sitting in your car blasting loud music, vibrating my hotel room. And the cops never see that as a crime. It's freaking ridiculous. It's like this morning, out. They didn't have it's like I could feel the bed vibrating and everything. Cause you want to be stupid and ignorant. Yeah, a couple of times earlier, an idiot was blasting loud music. Perps, gang stalkers. When I was when I was on the other side in the other room, um, I was on the other side in the other room and didn't have to I didn't really hear, you know, but once today when I come on this side, off and on throughout the day I was forced to have to hear it. And I could still feel the vibrating. So they're trying to force me to have to go outside. Excuse me. So it's supposed to rain really bad. So Sunday's St. Patrick's Day, I guess, huh? I heard that the weather would be so bad that St. Patrick's Day is St. Patrick's Day parade and stuff is, I think, gonna be canceled. So um but anyway, I had to switch to a different room because the rooms of um it was a one king bedroom, non-smoking. I was in there for like over a week. And then now they switched me to this room that says two queen beds. And I feel like, well, I'm just one person anyway, and the bed in here is so comfortable. I'm not gonna sleep on the other one. But I mean, the like the um two double beds, I think um they cost more tonight than the two queen beds. um but I I noticed a little bit of well, in the toilet. I noticed what looked like I forgot what you call that brown stuff that's inside of cigarettes, tobacco or whatever. Well, the brown debris from inside of cigarettes. It looks like I saw like remnants of it in the toilet. Not much at all. But then I was able to. I used the bathroom like maybe 3 or 4 times, and the toilet flushed okay. But then after that, the toilet it won't flush properly, and so they had a girl that works with her does the janitorial work with her, or the housekeeping with her grandparents, what look like her grandparents, and I was trying to get her to tell her grandpa, but she tried to send me the plunger. It ain't my fault that the toilet stopped up, But I don't know. I guess when I see the grandpa, I guess I'll tell him. But I mean, you know what? I don't even know if they have a party or something, or a club or something. But anyway, um, but they got what looks like a light coating of blood smeared on the bathroom door. Excuse me. A light coating of blood smeared on the bathroom door. Um, but let's see. Yeah. I'm trying to avoid having to go back on the streets again, and then dealing with having more having like no money for food and stuff. So, and I really hate how people are extra abusive and hateful and judgmental towards homeless people, and you're already suffering hard enough, and then they sadistically want to punish you based on based on what the mainstream media brainwashed them to believe about. This is what to think about all homeless people, that we became homeless because of bad choices, or that we became homeless because we are drug addicts, crazy, um you know or that we're lazy and don't want to work, um or that we're criminals. So but I mean, there are multiple reasons to be homeless, by no fault of your own, you know. But one website said that targeted individuals end up being homeless for a long time because they refuse to take a bribe, meaning selling out. But I've tried everything I knew how and everything I could to fight and get out of my homeless situation on my own, And when I say on my own, I mean without selling out, you know. But I received, certain help and support from not a whole lot of people, but um, you know, I mean, I've gotten job opportunities on my own, but they will be quickly sabotaged by online gang stalkers and workplace mobbing. And excuse me, and the same thing with housing or whatever. But I have been persecuted and abused and treated unfairly um before I even really knew what targeted and wrongfully banned from everywhere before I even knew what targeted individuals and gang stalking was. I like within the past decade I had some knowledge of it. Ooh, they hit me in my right ear. They hit me making the high pitched ring in my right ear. So, well, I mean, I don't even know how the court thing. I mean, I still do not have an idea of what to do or what I'm supposed to do. Um, excuse me, what I'm supposed to do next week. Um, so I mean, like, I, it seemed like I'll be gang stalked no matter what. So, like Tuesday afternoon, I have to go to court, and I don't know what to expect, and I don't even know where to put my belongings, or if I would even have help with a hotel room, or they told me I can't bring my belongings there, and I mean, I don't know what to do. But all this happening because the online stalkers um claimed that it was them who called the police, in which they probably did because they've done this before, and they figure that they can, you know, set you up to go to jail because they're mad because they're trying to bully me and trying to beat me into submission to join the fake Luciferian satanic sex trafficking cult. And so every time I tried to make a living on my own or try to like I tell y'all all the time about how they mock, make fun of, and laugh about my writings and everything, and I could be making a living from that, but they sabotaged that. They don't want me making any money. Wow, they're vibrating me so bad. I think the loud music is gone now. Wow, they waited till I started this video to start vibrating me. Um, and so it's like I didn't even have to go to jail, but it's like, how is it that you willfully and knowingly bully, harass, and stalk somebody online, and you know that's wrong, you know that's evil, you know it's evil to make up lies on people, but then you're harassing and lecturing me about breaking the law. I heard that I think I remember I read online that it's a felony crime to, make false calls to the police. I heard that that's a crime. to make false calls to the police. Because I showed y'all that last year, the fake Darnell Williams perp, excuse me, he bragged and laughed and said that it was him who called the police and said that the bookstore, the old abandoned bookstore, was property that he owned. And then he thought it was funny. I didn't realize that I could have got him put in jail for that. I didn't find this out until a couple of nights ago. And so, the fake Aquarium Doris perp and the fake Darnell Williams perp and a lot of other online perps, they bully, stalk, follow, harass, and threaten me everywhere online. They threaten me. How is it that you bully, harass, and threaten me, and then lecture and condemn me about breaking the law? So you feel like you called the police on me and made a fake report about me trespassing and lied and said it was your property, and you're way in a whole different city and state, and you think the shit is funny, and then your reason for doing this is because you want me to forfeit my soul for the kingdom of darkness. And as I said, I refuse to sell out, and I know that it's a trick and a lie and a scam. Everybody else who sell out, they getting houses and cars and stuff. But me, if I sold out, they would kill me right on the spot. So, y'all put me in this much trouble, and you don't even care how badly that y'all making me suffer. That Jessica Ricketts Wholeness perp, she threatened to bash my head in concrete. Like, how is it? And then she bully, harass, and threaten me, and then talk so vulgar and ghetto, while claiming that she got like a college master's degree or college education, or a teacher's a teaching job or something like that. So, if you're so financially successful, why do you talk like as if you never graduated from, like as if you talk like an 8th grade dropout or something? Or you be lying about your credentials or something. So, excuse me. They bully, harass, and threaten me. They make memes and jokes about me. They talk about how they want me put down like a rabid dog, or they talk about how they will not rest until they can get me institutionalized or put in prison. I don't know what's with the hate and jealousy. And I'm homeless and poor. And people be so judgmental to talk about that, oh, you don't look so hungry to me, or you don't look like you've been missing any meals, or anything like that, Excuse me. And it's frightened how many people they turned away from me, and I'm not getting any help. Well, I'm getting a little bit of help. So, I mean, I'm having difficulty processing and expressing my thoughts. Um, I don't remember what time I went to bed last night. I think it was 2 something in the morning, and I woke up at mm, I think it was before 8:15. But they vibrated me again last night. Hold up. Um, excuse me. But it's unfair to be forced to have to go through this. All because people don't like you, and for no reason at all. So you want to ruin somebody's life and force them off the earth, um, because you don't like them. But people who be rich, it seems like they be trying to ruin lives even harder of the poor and homeless. Excuse me. I don't deserve this at all. Excuse me. Because like my own twin sister could make a post and it go nearly viral. But for me to make an online post with I'll be lucky if I get any views. You know, and I know that I'm shadow banned on every platform. If you get a new if you're new to a certain platform, make a new account, and if you talk about excuse me, you could um do a video, um I don't know, any random video. Like you could do a video of you know, a ladybug crawling on your window, and that could go nearly viral. But then after that, you can do a video of cleaning a sink and get kind of like semi-viral. And then the moment you start talking about targeted individuals and gang stalking, or in some cases narcissistic abuse, you shadow banned. Or sometimes they wrongfully ban you from the forum based on one post. Excuse me. So, yeah, all I had was 2 teeny tiny bags of chips, $1.50 each. Um, and I had a muffin for breakfast. And so now I don't have, well, I gotta save that $100 for the bond fee or whatever, you know, and I gotta save the $100 for the bond fee. I mean, just in case. But I don't have. As I said, other than that, I mean the bond fee. I put that $100 in the savings account because I don't know if I still have to pay it. But you know, but because I don't know if I have to pay it still, that's why I set the $100 aside. But then I just have a quarter in my checking account, 25 cents in my checking account. And at the moment, $1.45 in coins. And, you know, excuse me. I mean, the gang stalking network they should not have sabotaged my low income housing. Both online and in person stalkers did that. And then now they're trying to rewrite the narrative and rewrite history. While I've been documenting everything, you know. And I don't know if what happened the night that I wrongfully got arrested, excuse me, I don't even know if the officers were different. I think the outcome would have been different. I mean, it's a possibility that the outcome could have been different. But, you know, I ended up with the wrong officers, pretty much. And I didn't realize things basically did not change, you know, after 25 years. And me being out of state for so long, I forgot how people try to make it like Jefferson Parish is so strict with everything. Or things that you can do in Orleans Parish is against the law in Jefferson Parish. But then there's more crime in Orleans Parish. And so much, well, on both parishes is corruption. I'm not sure, I mean, I don't have that much experience with the Jefferson Parish sheriffs on the East Bank of Jefferson Parish. And I have Kenner have their own police. But, you know, Metairie, Jefferson, Elmwood, Harahan, and stuff. That's the East Bank of Jefferson Parish, and I'm not sure. I don't remember what other cities, you know. But, yeah, I felt extremely homesick, and you know, wanted to come back to my hometown, New Orleans, and then the way that I'm being treated, they're trying to coercively manipulate for me to regret coming back. You know, so this morning, oh, let me back up before I forget though. When I went back downstairs to try to get the two tiny little bags of chips, imagine a small bag of chips that's under an ounce, like 0.875 ounces. Excuse me. And two of those small little bags. And so I excuse me, I went downstairs, and the very second I opened the door, when I opened the door, there was already a white male perp that was fraudulently and illegally driving with a blue truck and red shirt and elbow out. First it was armed, then he switched it to elbow out of the window. And I'm like, motherfucker, we need to trade places. You should be the one that should be in damn prison. jail or prison. That's intentional crimes, with you trafficking people. And he probably had one headlight too, and I didn't see it. But the directed energy attacks and the gang stalking have intensified and became far more aggressive ever since the jail incident. Like they went back to aggressively vibrating my body again. Every night. Excuse me. And I caught my twin sister online. Um, she lied and said, of course, she lies and said that I'm the narcissist and slandering her. And she knows damn well she's a gang stalker. And she tried to lie and say that I'm slandering her. But she's teaming up with the sex trafficking perps and mocking and making fun of me and gang stalking and perping the fuck out of me. And then lying and say I'm slandering her. And then people in the so-called narcissistic victim community are telling her to gray rock me. Or they try to make it like as if I'm the one that's trying to antagonize, provoking, trying to get a rise out of her. Or that I'm the one who's never going to stop. Or I'm the one that's playing so many games. Or that I'm the one who, if she needs to serve me a cease and desist letters. The way they just project and lie and turn everything on you. But my twin sister got over 2,000 people deceived. She got multiple people deceived because she was able to get to have some kind of fame and popularity on Facebook, TikTok, or whatever. And, excuse me, and she just blew up seemingly overnight on YouTube. Ever since she joined forces with the that fake aggressive defiance perp. But anyway, it's like when I came in this room, there was no vibrating at all until after I started this video. As soon as I started this video, they started vibrating my body, and then they had a the perk with the loud music that y'all heard at the beginning of the video, after I started the video. But before then, no vibrating. Excuse me. And I can't even have a permanent place to live anymore because of them killing me with the directed energy attacks and the vibrating, and I don't even have a car. Excuse me. And then they will vibrate. When I was living in Los Angeles in 2000, it started in 2015. After me and my twin sister's 32nd birthday. That's when the vibrating started. And then it started to get more aggressive. And it's like when I was living in Los Angeles, I was being gang stalked really heavy and didn't even realize it. I didn't realize what was going on. But excuse me, but as I said, I heard some things about gang stalking and targeted individuals. But I didn't realize I was one of them. I heard people talk about it all the time. But I didn't realize I was one of them. And with my Illuminati research, with enough Illuminati research, you will stumble upon targeted individuals and gang stalking. With enough research about cults, you will run into research about targeted individuals and gang stalking. With your narcissistic abuse research, you end up running to the topics of narcissistic abuse and gang stalking. Excuse me. But So, yeah, I've been getting weather alerts on my phone all day long. And yeah, like I don't get like as much help as the online stalkers falsely assume. You know, um like last month I think it was. No, was it last month or was it the month before? Somebody sent me, $400, and I was trying to get help for a week and extended stay, and the gang stalker sabotaged that. So all I was able to do was like I don't remember if it was 3 or 4 nights in the hotel. That was before the jail incident, and I think I was working, but before the first paycheck. So I don't have anything to eat tonight. I don't have anything to eat tonight, and I don't have the money for anything to eat tonight. I mean, I have, like, you know, I already explained that I just have $1.45. Excuse me. But the gang stalking network, they're trying to force me to not survive. And, I mean, and I heard that the U.S. Supreme Court wants to push harder to criminalize American homelessness, even if we have nowhere to go. And that's but then they, excuse me, but then they, you know, it's like y'all judging somebody as going through having it easy. Like, how can somebody be homeless and have it easy while you have a house and a car and everything, and a job and loving families, lots of friends, you know? But excuse me, I was days of sleep deprived when that night of the jail incident. They didn't have to do that to me. They didn't. And I can't believe I'm going through this. And it's like my anger is intensifying because nothing is happening to the gang stalkers. The cops were perps. People in jail were already perps and devil worshippers. And y'all self-righteously judging and condemning me when I hear all the time about gang stalkers doing break-ins, you know, and who's gonna tell the gang stalkers stay off other people's property? Nobody was living in that house. Excuse me. But I mean, I don't know. It's like whenever I get a job, the online perps they maliciously plot on how they're gonna call up the place and show them my YouTube videos, and they sabotage job opportunities. You know, they caused me to lose the airport job the day before I started, and told the airport lies about me, malicious lies. But then when I called the airport, it was hard to get in contact with somebody, and they were rude with attitudes and gave me the runaround. Excuse me. Yeah, but at the old airport that used to be on airline in Kenner on airline, um in 2019 there used to be a lot of homeless people, and then at this airport, um, this new airport, um, they had quite a few homeless people, you know, that would sleep there overnight. And then even if people weren't homeless, even certain people who were traveling or certain people who worked there, they would bully and make me feel unsafe, you know. And then for me to expose what the perps are doing, the online stalkers switch the narrative and flip everything in reverse and make it like as if I'm the one that's perpetrating or bothering people. And when I mentioned about the airport police gang stalking me, a couple of other professed targeted individuals try to make it like as if the cops were there as divine protection for me. Like, why would y'all say that when cops are never on our sides? You know, and one of those people wanted me to come live with her. And I'm like, well, if you feel that way, um, I don't want to take any chances on you perping me. Excuse me. So I can't go live with anybody. Um, I wanted to be in, live in Pensacola, but they forced me out of there. And you know, other than that, now I guess all I want to be is in my hometown, New Orleans. But they're trying to force me out of the city. Um, excuse me. Yeah. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do or how I'm supposed to live. And when I go to court on Tuesday, I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know if they're gonna take me straight to jail, or you know, or if they will drop the charges, or what they would do. Because the jail situation was a gang stalking setup. So, you know, and I wish that this system did not operate that the way it does. You know, um, if you didn't need a license to run a business, and if there weren't so much government tyranny and control, well, if I weren't being gang stalked, I probably wouldn't even have to suffer homelessness, and I could run my own business. But you know, people that they don't even have the candy lady in the hood that exists any really much anymore. You know, excuse me. If the government is trying to kill us, but then they're saying that if the government is trying to kill us, but then why do we have to have permits and stuff for our safety? If y'all can look up criminalization of homelessness and criminalization of helping the homeless, y'all won't even give us jobs. And then you feel like um, being homeless is a liability to the company. Or you feel like us being targeted is a liability to the company. Y'all put profits before souls. You know. I don't know. But I apologize that if I'm just bouncing around from topic to topic because of me still feeling sleep deprived. I tried to take a nap earlier and couldn't sleep. Excuse me. So like I don't even think I could write a short story tonight or this evening because my brain is not functioning clearly and it's not processing clearly. Just thinking about the court situation. If any of y'all Christians watching this, if y'all can keep me in your prayers and pray that they drop the charges and let me be free. Excuse me, but the stalkers are hell bent on wanting to do me in. And you know, the online stalkers should be charged with attempted murder because they're trying to kill me from the internet, from social media. Trying to force me to not survive. Excuse me. Um, but I mean, I don't even know if I could try to write a short story tonight. And I mean, me not having like decent food in my system, like my brain is not even processing correctly right now. Excuse me. Um, and I saw like a Twitter video of a starving child in, do you pronounce it Gaza or Gaza? And I felt really bad, you know, but it's like I guess they're expecting me to be malnourished in order to help me out, people, you know. Excuse me. But people won't even allow me to live a normal life. And so and it's harder to get help being forced to keep your social media private. You can't even follow that many people at a time on TikTok, you know. Excuse me. So, I mean, I'm really scared of having to be out on the streets tomorrow and Sunday and even the rest of the anytime the rest of the month, but I'm also scared to go back to jail, you know, and for me to not have anywhere to put my belongings before I go to court. And you know, and excuse me, like I was taking the bentonite clay. Um so I was taking a shower, I think it was last night, and excuse me. It dawned on me that I questioned whether or not the breakfast that I ate in jail made me sick, or was it because of the mattresses in the bunk beds being so dirty, or the environment being so dirty, you know, and but excuse me, but I mean in society, they don't even care the reasons behind certain things you go through, you know. And it's like I've been praying extra hard to God lately, you know, because, you know, and I really do not like violence. Um, Violence re-traumatizes me all over again. Even if I see other people go through it. If I see like some violence towards other people and even myself, it's frightening to me. Excuse me. Um and it's like, how is it the wicked people claim that they're trying to control your behavior when you're just exposing evil? I mean, y'all do evil and commit crimes and then be hypocritically self-righteous about rules and laws and try to make people feel bad, you know. Um, and then, if there's a homeless person that will try to wash cars, some people being like, well, at least he's trying. But I would get in some kind of trouble if I tried to wash cars without a license or a permit to do it, you know, and not having, I mean, I heard that when you're targeted, the Freemasons tell society to not buy things from you or not do business with you, and they falsely paint you as a bad person or a horrible person. They slander you to businesses. They stalk everything you try to control everything you do, and I'm just feeling helpless. They use hitting me with direct energy weapons and making my right arm shake, my right arm and hand. They're making it shake, and so they had this um, narcissistic control freak fake TI perp named Dale B. Adams on Twitter. When I mentioned about Anna Toledo Davila ignoring me, he falsely accused me of being disrespectful. Um, but the lady, I don't even like. I never did her anything, and I don't even know if she. I mean, she was following me, and I was following her. For I don't know how long we were following each other, but quite a few months. But never really spoke that much. But one time a few months ago, excuse me, she mentioned about you know, sharing art and creativity, that's targeted related or something. And then she responded to everybody else but me and then ignored me. And then, you know, when I direct message her um the other day, um excuse me, I think it was the day before yesterday, and the message said seen, which means she read it. She read what I wrote and just decided to ignore me. So I blocked her, and then I blocked her, and then you know said that I said that I mentioned about that she ignored me, and I mentioned about favoritism in the TI community. But I didn't mention that, oh, I blocked her. But I just said that, she ignored me and there's favoritism in the TI community. And then this Dale B. Adams person had ruined my day, and he attacked me and went off on me and talked about never disrespect a lawyer. Well, she's way in Puerto Rico, and it's like, well, what a coincidence. I had no idea that she was even a lawyer. I didn't know she was a lawyer, you know. But if you were a real TI, you wouldn't even have you wouldn't be able to be practicing law anymore. But then he went off to rant about how she doesn't get paid to a dime and that she helps thousands and thousands of people or whatever. But what made me deserve to be ignored? Excuse me. But I mean, I tried to give like anybody that's associated with targeted justice, like, try to give them another chance. But um they had somebody online that was saying that targeted justice is a psyop, and a lot of people were saying that targeted justice is a CIA front. But they got dozens and dozens of web pages or whatever pretending that they're speaking out against the CIA, like it's their controlled opposition or COINTELPRO. And then some people said that Anna Toledo Davila has ignored them too, or that people said that they would try to go to targeted justice people for help and be gaslit, mocked, ridiculed, um, and everything else. So back in 2020, when um, I mentioned about Susan Fortunato Olsen, that she was extremely rude to me that brief moment I had Facebook. And when I mentioned about it on Twitter, when it was called Twitter, um, somebody named Howard went off on me and like attacked me online. Excuse me. So I'm like, well, this confirms like the cult like mentality of the popular fakes in the TI community, you know, or people who idolize and worship the popular fakes. Like, don't you dare, But somebody on Twitter, I never contacted Catherine Horton, but they call her Dr. Catherine Horton. Um, excuse me. So somebody said that Dr. Catherine Horton was perping and gaslighting her and bullying her. This was maybe back in 2020 or 21, you know. But somebody had their own little conference call or whatever on Twitter that I went to one time. But like a lot of the TI community conference calls, I think I tried a few times and could never get through, or the phone number didn't work for whatever reason. But I think for me to the fact that I, you know, had issues with like the top organizations in the TI community, that's the popular fakes. Um, excuse me, and then people smear campaign you and then manipulate other TIs to turn against you and everything because apparently you spoke against God. Um, you know, and that's another reason why I get so much hate and disrespect in the TI community, or why they don't like me, why so many people in the TI community don't like me or whatever. But some people say that only the brainwashed or fake TI perps or new targeted individuals who don't know no better are the only ones that support targeted justice, and the new TIs that don't know any better end up getting hurt emotionally because of the lack of help. And what are y'all there for? And targeted justice has a web page where they say one of the symptoms of the targeting, that when you're in a medical emergency, that they refuse medical help, refuse legal help, in a legal situation or refuse this help, refuse that help, you know. But and then targeted justice on their website, they beg for donations. Well, they have a like a an area on their website where they and where they ask for donations. Excuse me. And then I heard that the lawsuit is just giving the TI community false hopes and just giving us the runaround. You know, just like the UN. Um, you know, this Nils Meltzer person, I never really spoke to him, but I don't even know if he's a UN whistleblower. I don't know if he's a whistleblower or who he is or whatever. I don't know. But I've heard people say that Karen, I don't know if she's a doctor as well, but Karen Melton Stewart, um, I um I heard somebody said that her and Shayla Avance was racist, but I've had, a feud with Shayla Avance back in 2021, and then she got that one eye symbolism. So, um, it's like they give you the illusion of help, but then, they act just do like what the perps do. But Shayla did donate me $25 one time and try to share one of my ebooks. But then when somebody on Twitter had I thought that she was ranting about, there was another lady that was ranting about somebody, and I thought that maybe she could have been ranting about her in-person neighbors or something. And so I didn't know that the lady was feuding with Shayla Avant, or that they were arguing. And when I agreed with the other lady, not knowing that they were arguing, then Shayla Avant, attacked me too. And then and that was around the time in 2021, around the time of Hurricane Ida, and I lost a whole lot more support. And then Roy E. Cups, when I tried to ask him, and I didn't ask him for no money, but I asked him to share my tweet about, needing help out of a hurricane and flooding. I showed video footage of and evidence and proof of flooding, and he ignored me. And so then I blocked him, and I caught him putting out evidence. I'm sorry. I caught him sharing donation information. If you one of the popular fakes, they all promote each other. They all spread and share, and they don't document their gang stalking anymore. And they just be talking gibberish, like be talking a lot of new age after selling out and becoming one of the popular fakes. Excuse me. So now they hit me in my heart with the weapons. I don't want to perp anybody. I don't want to sell out and become a perp. I don't enjoy or feel good about trying to ruin the life of somebody who never did me anything, or somebody who doesn't even know me at all. And I don't try to like harass or attack somebody who never did me anything or who didn't do me anything. You know, I don't want to perpetrate evil. Excuse me. But, you know, I'm really praying that they drop the charges because I heard that once they got you in jail or the institution, I heard that they gonna try to try to MK Ultra you and try to get you to sell out. And I didn't intend for any harm, but it's like my life is over behind me trying to find somewhere that I thought was safe and I thought mistakenly thought it was legal. So I mean I didn't intend to break the law on purpose, but I regret that mistake. And you know, people say that you will not be able to get another job or another apartment or place to live. And I'm like, well, I already had that situation being prevented from, but then I've seen people who come out of prison, like the biological brother Pete. He was able to come out of prison with a place to live, and he would have more than one vehicle to drive around in. And he got a freaking, I don't know if he still works that construction job. He been in and out of trouble throughout the years. And like Mark going to jail more than once, that didn't stop Mark from getting jobs. And I know certain other people who've been in jail or prison for 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 like crimes and stuff, you know, or even like it could be like narcotic possession, and then they get out of jail even with a record, and or they have people who were ex felons and living better than me and more successful than me. Or get out, I've seen TikTok videos about how people got out of prison and then like they're owning their own business now successfully and getting support. But like I was 19 and 20 years old and blacklisted and couldn't really get a job nowhere. I mean, I was already targeted before I even started my first job. I was a child and knew nothing. I was a teenager and I knew nothing. You know, um, so, but anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm trying to, get help with the funds for dinner tonight and hotel room for at least until Tuesday morning. Every day until at least Tuesday morning. And as I said, I don't know at all what to expect on Tuesday. And I'm extremely nervous about it. And I don't have anywhere to put my belongings. I don't have anywhere to put my belongings. But before I go, they had this I think it was a fake TI perp or a perp masquerading as a TI named Bruce Real TI or something like that. And he made like a fake new account that was like 9 minutes old. And then he mentioned that he's a new TI and that he stumbled upon my videos and liked my channel or whatever. I don't remember word for word. And then he mentioned about how, oh, you can go and squat at this abandoned place and this abandoned place at Lexington Avenue and such street or whatever, And then he said, well, the most you'll do is 30 days in jail. I'm trying to do 0 seconds 0 seconds in jail anymore. So And every judge, every court judge that I've seen on TV or dealt with in person, because we used to have to go to foster care court when we were kids and teenagers and stuff, and they would have like foster care court to go to. And I was 14 years old, and they had an abusive, narcissistic, fake, crusty judge named Ernestine Gray, and she was so abusive, narcissistic, hard, and mean that you know that she even shut the foster mom down. And the foster mom was like submissive and scared and obedient and backed down. I couldn't believe it. But a lot of court judges are abusive, narcissistic, hard, and mean. And I never saw, like before, I had never seen like a nice judge. Or a judge that's gonna talk like normal and have compassion. It seemed like they being like eternally angry all the time and try to manipulate, frighten, bully, and scare people. Everybody associated with law enforcement or anything legal or whatever, but I don't really have. I'm not gonna say I have zero experience with lawyers, but I don't really have experience with lawyers or whatever. But I thought lawyers were supposed to represent you or be on your side or help you win a case or whatever. But I heard that all court judges are that have been lawyers before. But I mean, I've been hearing throughout the years certain people say that lawyers be scamming and ripping people off and stuff, you know. So, but I don't have enough experience to judge lawyers on my own, but court judges, detectives, correctional officers, jail and prison guards, um, you know, I mean, and with my OCD, I I was about to have like a nervous breakdown or something, being in the filthy jail, and which nasty, gross food, all because people, demon possessed humans are after my soul, and they think that destroying my life is a game. So I'm trying to get enough hotel room until at least Tuesday morning, and also enough money for food. I mean, I need help to stay out of the rain. I don't have anywhere else to go. Thanks for listening to me.